Hi everybody, I am Ben the Bold and welcome back to another episode of our Icenia campaign. Just a quick recap of what happened last episode. We did take over the Cicero, however you pronounce their name, down right to the south of us. So we effectively doubled our population. We also completely control now the region or the province of Icenia. And so we are going to start pushing the civilization value to get more and more citizens, as well as hopefully pushing the civilization value, pushing centralization, moving more and more of our pops into our cities. I want to go ahead and increase our civilization value while increasing the number of citizens to get that sweet, sweet research up. I do have some slight concerns. Our northern neighbors, they have the, what are they, the Dobunia? Yeah, the Dobunia? No, the Cortina. Who are these people? Province of Cortinia, what are they? Their name is the Cortinia. So the Cortinia, it looks like, are going to break our alliance at any minute. I'm kind of okay with this because they might be actually my next target to conquer. That is probably a little ways away. Let's go ahead and check our research. We have a little bit of money. So we can buy a new invention. I think I might actually pass on this for a little while. The only one that I really see myself wanting, at least for the moment, is maybe the army morale recovery, although I don't see myself going to war anytime soon. I'll go ahead and press the play button so that we can start rolling the clock forward. I don't see a need to get any ship damage. The only one I really am interested in, maybe I'll go with the growth. Go back to, I might get, growth rates are just so slow, especially here in the early game, that it will just take so long to get a new pop. But I might as well, you know what, I have the money, and I am making money. I am going to go ahead and get herbalism to start increasing my growth rates. Not that it's going to do that much. Now, them to the south, I am fabricating a claim against my southern neighbors. As I said in the last episode, my original goal was to go ahead and conquer this whole area of the British Isles, to go ahead and really solidify my power base. I think I'm going to pass on the alliance with them. I'm going to go ahead and decline that. I am already fabricating a claim. I'm also, while we're at it, since I am expecting them to end their alliance at any moment, I'm going to go ahead and fabricate a claim. I do have enough political influence. And what province do I want? I guess I want the Cortinia. So I have those two claims going. And yeah, so now I guess is a little bit of sitting and waiting. We're going to wait for our claims to come in. We're getting some trade offers, quite a few trade offers. I think I'm just going to accept all of these. There's not any that I really wouldn't want at this point, and I want that sweet, sweet money to come in. I'm actually making quite a fair bit of money. I'm going to go ahead and put army maintenance down. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put army maintenance down, as well as I think I'm going to build another warrior, well, whenever I get 10 gold. So I'll build another warrior here in a second. As I said, I am trying to increase my centralization. That is going to draw more and more. It's going to increase the migration attraction of my cities. My main city here is the city of Venta, so I'm going to try to make this a bustling metropolis, get it up to as many pops as I can. I'm going to go ahead and buy another warrior, let him train up. Let's see, who are you allied to? So you have quite a few alliances. You would be difficult to conquer, although if my friendly neighbors to the north, who I am currently trying to fabricate a claim against, if they don't break my alliance, maybe I could take these three nations, just me and him, if he decides to join in, although he doesn't seem to like me too much at the current moment, so we'll just have to see. Oh no, it looks like my tribal chief has gained stressed. That's unfortunately probably going to start ticking down her health a little bit. Let's see what the actual, just reduces her finesse, which isn't great. But I think we'll live, at least for the moment. Let's see if I have any laws. Let's see about my offices. So the tribal offices are kind of interesting. I'm not pushing up Senate influence like I would with a republic with my arbitrator, or I forget what they're called for republics, but instead my arbitrator is lessening my aggressive expansion, which is very helpful. Oh, looks like they did indeed break their alliance with us. So no, they won't be joining us in our wars to the south. Maybe they will, though, be our next area of conquest, although that might be in quite a few years. So they have broken their alliance with us. It seems that I can now summon a war cancel. I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't do that at the start of the game, but I can do it now. So we might click that button a little later, although right now I think I'm just going to let my claims fabricate. Since the only two people I plan on going to war with, I think I'm going to use Dobunia as an ally, so the only two people I plan on going to war with anytime soon would be my neighbors to the north and my neighbors to the south, and if I'm not mistaken, let's check out my diplomacy. It looks like, ooh, I do not have a truce with my neighbors to the north. So when that claim gets up to 100%, well, let's see, who are they allied with? They are allied, okay, I think that that me and my ally might be able to just take down Cortania, excuse me, and their two northern allies. In fact, that might cause me to stir up my plans just a little bit. I might actually go ahead and ally Cantesia to my south and try to drag them into a war with my neighbors to the north. We'll just have to see how that goes. For now, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the option that gives me increased stability. Stability is always nice. Also, I'm always happy with more loyalty from my office holders. Yeah, I think just 5 stability instead of the 10 stability with the negative outcomes and the reduced loyalty. I think this is the best one. So I will go ahead and accept that she is now more loyal to me, and I have more stability, which does make me want to go ahead and change some laws. But as soon as I get 35 political influence, which might be a second, I'm currently only getting 1.64 influence per month, but I think I'm going to go up to coin minting. That should give me more centralization and as well as more civilization value, which is going to come in handy. So let's actually think about how I want to conquest in the future. I now am thinking that I should be heading north. So I think I'm going to see if this guy down here, what is Durotriga? If Durotriga would like an alliance, they would. They have 8 cohorts, 16,000 manpower. I think that they would probably be a better ally because, once again, maybe they would even help me to attack my neighbors to the south, the Cantesia, at some point. So I'm going to offer them an alliance. They seem happy about it. I'm going to go ahead and look. I think now is a good time to go ahead and get import value up. That's just going to help me make even more money, and I'm always going to be happy with more money. More money means more inventions. Well, eventually I'll run out of inventions and I'll have to start waiting until I get more research, but more money means more inventions, it means more buildings, it means more soldiers. So I'm going to go ahead and spend the 10 ducats now and go ahead and increase the amount of money that I'm going to make over time. And that increases my import value. Well, I'm making around 2 ducats per month. That's pretty good. What am I making if I... 1.4 ducats per month if I turn my army to full maintenance. I won't do that quite yet. I'm going to wait until I have closer to 85% claim fabrication against my neighbors to the north. Hopefully they will be drawn into the... I will be able to draw both my allies into the war too. I might even think about... No, they don't want an alliance now. They see that they are rung in. They also realize that they will have too many relations if they ally with me. Who are they allied with? They're allied with, ooh, the Morinias. That won't help them too much. The Morinias are across the sea. Let's see how many boats the Morinias have. They only have 3 boats. They won't be able to ferry all their troops in very quickly anyway. So really, although I don't want to go to war with the Dobunia, So I might hold off on the war to the south for a minute and instead focus my attention on trying to conquer a lot of the area to my north. It's not exactly the direction I planned on going at the beginning, but it is just the direction that the tangled web of alliances is kind of leading me at the moment. I am able to get another omen. Let's see, what do I want? I don't need war exhaustion down. I think I might keep going with civilization, although I'm starting to get maxed out. So maybe instead, let's see how much more. Oh, I can get a lot more manpower. I think because I do plan on going to war soon, and I'm kind of close to my max centralization anyway. Oh, now they won an alliance. Interesting. So we'll have to see. I'll come back to that in just a second. I think I am going to get manpower recovery speed up. Boom. Perfect. And now the question is, do I want their help in my war to the north? And you know what? Even though I know that it will inevitably end up with me having to take a 10-year truce, I think I'm actually going to do it. Now, I know I'm about to have a claim on them. I'll have that claim. I'll keep it in my back pocket. Maybe we'll be lucky. I'll insult them a few times, see if they will go ahead and cancel their alliance. And so I won't have the truce, similar to how my friendly neighbors to the north, the Cortania, did just a minute ago, which is going to allow me to attack them relatively soon. Let's see what that kind of... They still only have 2 allies. My claim came in, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to go ahead and just grab a couple more. I'm going north. The supply limit here is very, very poor. I think I'm actually going to start a whole nother army. And I'm going to make this mostly skirmishers because they do not take up much supply limit. I'll be able to have several of them. Also, skirmishers are good for assaulting forts, although you will take several casualties doing so. I also want to look at governor policies. I think the local manpower and fort defense is fine for Icenia. Let's take a look at Cicero. And I like the converting culture, although... Let's see. Currently it's not converting very quickly. Maybe I can think about if I have a city here. Is this a city? Yes, this is a city. I can think about building a theater, which will convert the culture a little faster. Although the Trinovantian culture is in my culture group. I'm really not super sure what the effects of the same culture group but different culture. So like you see in my capital, we are mostly Iceni. However, down here, they are mostly Trinovantian. I don't know if there's really a big difference between Iceni and Trinovantian. I know that if I was going to colonize, I would need Iceni. But they are in my culture group, which I kind of take as this, because it's, you know, dark blue in the pie graph. I'm not really sure what kind of impact the different culture group has on happiness or productivity or anything. So while I'm okay with the governor policy being pop assimilation speed, increasing my pop assimilation speed for now, I might think about changing that soon. If anyone knows the difference between, you know, your just specific culture and your culture group, by all means, let me know. I would, there's so many questions and so many things happening underneath the hood of this game that I just still don't understand, but I want to, like, and I'm finding myself just having a lot of fun diving in and trying to, like, figure out all of these things. I really am enjoying the Cicero update, and I hope you are as well. Alright, it looks like my troops have trained up. Oh, this guy is going to give me some increased national tax, or I could increase his loyalty, but his loyalty is very high anyway, so I'm just going to increase my money because that's what I really want. I'll go ahead. You, how are you? You're pretty loyal, low corruption, and your trait doesn't have anything to do with commanding, which is kind of unfortunate. What about you? I think you might be my best bet. Still have double the martial score that I do, so I will make you a general, at least for now, and I'm going to give you a couple more skirmishers. I kind of missed my opportunity. I meant to increase my army morale a little bit sooner than this. So now I'm going to have to wait for my army morale to go up again before declaring a war. But I have just gotten my claim fabricated, so as soon as I get some of my troops trained up, I'm going to go ahead and train a few more light infantry, because why not? Let's see what my economy looks like. Ooh, okay, so it looks like I can afford to train... Let's do 2 more. We'll do 2 archers, just so we have a nice mix. So, I'm going to give it a second, let the clock run for just a second while my troops regain some of their morale. Let me just check the loyalty. He's very loyal. He's even gaining loyalty, so I'm feeling pretty good about my commanders at this point. What about my clan chiefs? He is still a hoss of a general, and his loyalty is going up quite a bit. So I feel like we're in good shape. I feel like people like me. And I feel like we are almost ready to get going into another war. I realized that before I built this 3rd army that I have, I almost had enough money to build a building. I'll have to start considering what my first building is going to be. I think that as my civilization value goes up, I am going to start building probably libraries first and then academies, because I want more citizens. I want more citizens. I want to increase this ratio here so that I get more citizens. Actually, you know what? I'm going to build an academy first, because my ratio of citizens, the number of citizens that I want to have versus the number of citizens I have, is still in favor of growing more citizens. So actually what I want is pop promotion speed, which, if you notice, each academy provides us with additional pop promotion speed. And I might think about after the war is over, changing this governor policy from borderlands, which gives me increased manpower and local fort defense, and instead moving that to social mobility, which is going to really ramp up my pop promotion speed. In fact, I might even think about doing that during the war. So we're still going to just let time go by. I'm going to save my money, because you never know what's going to happen while you're at war. I am going to go ahead and move some of my... See, look at how small the weight of this 7-unit army is. Its weight is only 4, which means I can walk kind of everywhere. Although the weight of this army is only 1, so it is even smaller, versus the weight of my main force, which is 11. And I think I'm going to try to use this army to hurry through and capture this fort, move this army to here. I'm going to camp this army. I know I'm going to take some attrition right there, so that hopefully it can reinforce if this fort is if anyone comes to try to relieve the siege. Hopefully that will give enough time for my allies to come into play. Okay, here I have a chance to gain some political influence and some popularity. As I mentioned, I still am not 100% sure what good it does in tribes. I know that popularity is very important for republics and monarchies. I would love it if someone could help me figure out, or help inform me what popularity does for tribes. But I definitely want that nice, sweet, sweet political influence. So I'm going to go ahead and take this first option and just increase my popularity by 5. I think that that's still fairly popular. Now I have quite a bit of political influence. I could think about increasing the just overall productivity of the city of Ventia. However, instead, I think I'm going to hold off on that and instead try to change my laws. Because again, I'm trying to push up that centralization right up as high as I can, as fast as I can. So I'm going to go with the coin minting initiative. It's also going to increase my civilization change. This should be good. It is going to drop my stability. That's okay. As long as it's above 30, I'll still be okay. I can still start wars. Speaking of starting wars, I think I am about ready to begin this fight. I would like it if my armies just had a little bit more morale. In fact, did I already buy the invention Okay, morale recovery. I'm going to go ahead and take that because it's... I love it as a game mechanic how slowly your army morale replenishes, especially here in the early game, but as a player, I hate it because it does kind of hamstring me right at the beginning of each campaign. I am losing manpower. I only have about 10,000 men. I'm going to lose probably more of them than I want to over the coming months in the next war. Oh, he allied with Dabunia. He even has a casus belli against Dabunia. That's a shame, because now when I declare war... Okay, so here's the question. Can me and my two allies take my friends to the north and their, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 allies? That's going to be a little tougher. Alright, I might unfortunately have to hold out on that for a little while and instead focus my attention elsewhere. Let's see, who are your allies again? Across the sea, Dabunia. Yeah, I don't want to go to war with you. You are my... Icenia is my my next war target. Let's see, is there anything I can do? Can't dissolve their alliance. You know how when you're a tribe or a monarchy, or I guess any nation, you sometimes get a message from your allies that say, hey, we want you to attack so-and-so. Is there any way that I can do that? Is there any way that I can ask one of my allies to attack Icenia? Doesn't appear like I can, which is kind of annoying. But it's okay, I understand it. Alright, so unfortunately, I think I am going to hold off on war for just a second. All of their alliances will fall apart eventually. Or I might get locked in a stalemate where we just all stare at each other with our long alliances. At the very least, I do think I'm manpower tick up a little bit, because if I am going to be in a long, drawn-out fight, I want to make sure that I have manpower to spare, since I do not have enough money for any kind of mercenaries. Let's see what inventions. Any other inventions that I want? Maybe diplomatic relations or omen power? Probably not. Let's look. Since I'm going to hold off for just a second on going to war. I promise I will get to that eventually. I am going to go ahead and change this governor policy to social mobility. That should drastically increase my pop promotion speed. Yeah, look at that, 6.43%. My next citizen will be promoted from a tribesman in just a few months, in January of 458, so that is literally this month. And then, or well, I guess it just changed to February 458. But that should start to tick up much faster. I am, unfortunately, I think, going to go ahead and reduce my army maintenance so that I can start making some money, since it does seem... Oh, looks like Icenia wants to attack me. That's okay. Come on, come at me. Come at me, boy. I'm going to send him an insult. I dare you. Come take me down. We'll see how they respond. In the meantime, I am just going to start making some money. I have enough political influence to enact another law. However, I think I'm going to stay... Well, I can't enact any more laws down the centralization side of this panel. For those of you newish to the Cicero update, it seems... Oh, let's see. Ooh, I can imprison one of my researchers, and that researcher's loyalty drops by 20. Well, they were caught red-handed doing something. Or I can try to increase their loyalty while decreasing the loyalty and stability of my nation. This one's a pretty easy one. My researchers... Let's be real, they're not doing that much anyway, because I am getting a very paltry amount of research points. So I'm going to go ahead and say that a spell in the dungeon ought to straighten her out. Maybe I'll think about releasing her. Probably not. She'll probably, unfortunately, die down there unless she escapes. All of them have the same amount of loyalty. I'm going to just go ahead and give my best scoring guy, Segovax Caractacus, the job. That bumps his loyalty up to 95. That should allow my political influence to keep going up at a relatively high rate, which is what I want. I might think about going ahead and just clicking this button to increase my max civilization value, Inventa. Let's see what I have down here. Yeah, my max is 27. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that while I wait for things to happen on the diplomatic front. I feel really bad. I should have gone to war earlier. I shouldn't have waited so long to declare war on the Courtanian. But it's okay. I don't want to get too impatient and just declare war willy-nilly. I tend to do that a lot sometimes, and I think that at least in the beginning when you're playing a tribe, with just the way the alliance web works, it's best to be a little bit cautious in the very beginning. Or, well, it's always best if you can be aggressive, conquer a couple neighbors, and become the big dog on the island, of course. But in this case, I just don't know if me and 2 allies can take on, what is that, half of the British Isles? It just seems like a little bit much. Okay, so here I have a shadow of doubt. What is this? Worrying rumors are spread amongst our people that our nation has fallen from grace. Uh-oh. Disturbingly, what started as idle chatter has begun to grow, and the very stability of Icenia is at stake. Were we to hold a national feast day, it might sway popular opinion in our favor once more. Okay, so I can pay 50 political influence and gain 10 stability. That would be nice. It also gives me 10 popularity. That's hard to pass up, even though it will put me negative political influence. That's fine. It will just kind of keep growing. Or we have other priorities. I could lose 10 popularity. I have 51 popularity. I am gaining it pretty quickly. Basically, it's just a measure of how people... So it says, in republics, high popularity characters are more likely to be elected the leader of the republic. However, even monarchies cannot ignore popular characters. But I'm not necessarily sure what it means for tribal leaders. And does a tribal leader need to be popular? Does it maybe influence the loyalty of... So, does it impact our loyalty? Ruler popularity. It does. And it seems like with a popularity of around 50, it doesn't influence his loyalty up or down. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and tank my popularity by 10 points. Just see what it does. He didn't seem to mind that much. He's kind of the one I want to keep happy, since he has that 10 marshal. He's my best general. Oh, so it actually did. But this guy likes me well enough that he's still in the green, even though I'm slightly unpopular. I just really didn't want to give away 50 political influence. I have other things I want to use it on. For instance, increasing my civilization value. And changing laws, as well as making my provinces more productive. Alright, so I've been talking for about 30 minutes. I think I'm about to wrap it up here for the day, although I did just want to look at my alliances, at the alliance web around us once again. It does appear that they are going to be as tough as ever to take on against me. So that is going to be a difficult nut to crack. Let's check out our friends to the south. They, it seems, have even more alliances stacked up in their favor. And if I were to attack them, I would lose my alliance with Dobunia. Oh no! It looks like Oh, wait, who is this? Ah, my main man has got Mentagra. So he's gonna start. He's getting a little sick. His health's gonna start slowly going down, and he loses some charisma. It's okay. He's 50 years old. I could maybe seek treatment if he had more than 200 gold. It is what it is. I'm just going to. So I think I'm actually going to wrap it up here. We will see in our next episode. I will try to go to war with our friends to the, or our enemies to the north. Hopefully, I will be able to do that without dissolving my little power block down in the south. However, that Dobunia might be the thorn in my side, but I might just have to attack him. Anyway, we'll find out in the next episode.